Hey everybody. I know it's been a while, but here I am. I hope everyone is doing well in this whole pandemic and everything, and everyone's safe and has all their needs met right now. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I have lost all of my shows and lost my part-time day jobs, so I now have time to get back on my YouTube lesson game. So that's been something I've been wanting to do all year, but I just kept being busy. So for me, as soon as I got let go from my job, I was like, well, I'm going to start doing YouTube lessons again. So here I am, and thank you for all the new subscribers. Y'all are awesome. So I have an interesting little lesson for you I came up with. And since everything's so tense and chaotic in the world, a lot of us are looking for ways to find peace and reduce stress. And one of the things that happened when I found out I lost my job was, a little bit of like disbelief that this is happening to the world, but I also just felt like screaming or crying. So I wanted to show you a good way to relieve some stress through the harmonica. So I have a C harmonica as usual. Same harmonica as always. I've had the same set for about 5 years now. So I was thinking of showing you a way that I think as a harmonica player that we have an advantage over other instruments, that we can really scream through the harmonica. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So the part that I'm really honing in on that really it sounds really cool in music and adds a lot of tension, but it also relieves a lot of tension, at least for me personally. So it's the 4/5 draw with a slight bend on it. I do have it tabbed out for you. I'm going to show you and do a couple different variations. It just feels good. So yeah. Here is it's the very top one, and I hope this isn't backwards. If not, I will write out the tabs, and I'm sorry if it is. I hadn't been doing lessons for a while because my computer was broken, so I don't know if everything is backwards again because I have to redo the settings. I guess I'll find out. But it is 4/5 draw with, this is a little arrow like dipping to a bend, so it's like doing a slight bend on the 4 draw, and then you're doing 4 and 5 draw together, and you're just drawing in, and you're doing this like vibrato, and that's what that means. And then it's just 4 draw bend. 4 draw bend, and then 3 draw half step bend, and then landing onto your root note. I know I haven't taught you guys or done a lesson on how to do the 3 draw half step bend. I don't think I have, but I will address that later. If you cannot do the 3 draw half step bend, just do the 3 draw. And that's my advice on that. But I do have a lesson up already on how to do the 4 draw bend, so you can at least get this effect that I'm talking about. So once again, I'll show you. Okay, so that's it in its basic form. The next one is in the middle, and what I'm going to be doing, if you see, it's like the same thing, but I'm going to be letting the 4 draw bleed into the 3 draw at the same time. So essentially, you're doing 2 double stops or whatever they're called. So I'll show you how that sounds. So instead of, you're going. And that gives it a little bit more added tension, added stress relief. It sounds cooler. It's just really it's going to get people's attention with this lick right here. And then there is one more Final one I think is the coolest. It's the 4-5 draw bend, like usual, and everything's as usual, but the difference is we're going to be doing a little bit of a wah-wah while we're doing the 4-5 draw bends together. So I'll demonstrate that. And I do believe I have a lesson on how to get the basics of a wah-wah. Once again, I'm a very petite lady, so I have very small hands. There's kids with bigger hands than me, so I'm not the best person to show you or demonstrate the sound of a very good wah-wah. I work with what I've got. If you have big hands, you're blessed that you can put your hands completely around the harmonica and cover up all the holes for just the ultimate wah-wah. If you listen to Sonny Boy Williamson, the first Sonny Boy Williamson, yeah, he just had that down amazingly. Pretty much anyone with big hands and the motion can do that very well. Just a little refresher, you're going to be holding the harmonica the correct way. I have lessons on all these things, that's why I say refresher. You hold it the correct way, like I said, in your left hand. You can do it the other way, but this is the way I do it, so that's the only way I'm going to show it, because this is the way I do it. Then you let it kind of scoop down like a teardrop type of thing is what I do. And you put your hand like this on here, and you do effectively like a door hinge type of thing. And you're opening and closing and opening and closing. And there's different types of wah-wahs, and I could go more into that later in another lesson, but I'm going to also try not to have my lessons as long as they used to be, because I feel like people got, I don't know, attention spans these days are not as high as they were, and just want to get right to it. So you can go. You see what I'm doing? So I'm doing that with the double stop 4-5 draw. So. I'm also adding some vibrato, as I said. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I just got an emergency alert on my phone about what's going on. I'm not going to talk about that right now, because we have enough of that. Yeah, so that is a way to relieve some stress and also add some cool stuff to your music that you are doing. Yeah, I want to teach lessons at least once a week again. I also would like to get some feedback from y'all and see what you are interested in learning or you'd like me to go over again. Like I said, when I started these lessons, I hadn't been playing that long, so I've been playing, I think, 9 years now, almost. So I'm a little maybe better at explaining things that I explained 3 years ago now than I was then, because I've learned a lot still. I still practice. I still am constantly trying to learn. Yeah, so if you would like me to re-explain or explain better now in the present time as opposed to like 4 years ago or 3 years ago when I did something, then feel free to put that out there. Also, like I said, shameless plug right now. Like I said, I lost my job and everything. So if you feel compelled and you are willing to, I put a link below to my Venmo if you would like to do a tip for me or a donation. If not, no worries. I understand. I am doing free lessons when I can too. I'm thinking about doing some free lessons on the guitar, because I heard that Fender is offering 3 months of free lessons online, so that's something cool too. Just throwing it out there. Yeah. So this is kind of weird getting back on the horse. It's been almost 2 years or 2 years maybe since I've done a lesson, so I'm sorry if it's a little scatterbrained. I have to get used to this again. And yeah, I love y'all, and if y'all know, I was invited to be one of the the headliners for the Hill Country Harmonica this year, and that has now been canceled, unfortunately. I know that some of y'all were planning on going. So it hasn't been canceled. I mean, it's been canceled for May, but we're planning on postponing it. So look for that again in the future, and that's in Mississippi. And that, whenever this is done, will be fun. And I just want to spread love and light to y'all and say that we're going to get through this. It's horrible what's happening and seems unreal, but one of the blessings is I'm in Colorado, where we're on lockdown, the entire state as of today. The thing that's weird about being disconnected or not being able to be around people and perform live is that I feel that everyone is now getting reconnected virtually. So I'm very thankful that we do have the internet in this day and age. Otherwise, this would be very, very hard. So I'm looking at this as a time to reconnect with my family and friends that I may have gotten too busy to have a real good, like, they don't have good relationships, but have like the best kind of relationship and talk to each other regularly, more than just once a week or once a month. Or yeah, so that's just my input on this right now. We're gonna get through this. Just stay healthy, stay positive. If you believe in a God, then pray. Yeah, and I will be posting music. If you want to follow my Facebook and Instagram, I'll be doing live things on there as well. It's all under Drea Van Allen, so I will try to put links for that down there. And yeah, we'll also be doing a radio thing. So if you go to my Facebook, we're going on Mountain Country Radio here in Colorado on Monday. But I'm going to stop talking now. And yeah, love y'all. I hope everyone's doing good and this was helpful and brighten your day. Feel free to leave questions, comments, anything. And also, if this is not coming through very well, I had to sell my microphones to try to make ends meet. So I don't have any microphones or anything besides a computer. Thank God I have a computer now, though. Yeah, so peace out. Love y'all. And happy harmonicking. And we all have a lot of time to practice now. So, yeah. At least we have music and love in each other.